Namaskar. Learners, our today's session is on Course 1, which is being offered under the Diploma in BPO Finance and Accounting program, wherein we are going to discuss Unit 5 and 6. In our earlier sessions, if you recall, we have already completed Unit 1, 2, 3 and 4. So let's begin today's session by giving you an insight of what is there in Unit 5 and 6. But before that, let me give you a brief intro about what this course is all about. So learners, we have seen that India has been a global leader in the business process outsourcing industry, particularly in the customer service, technical support and back office support service. This is because we have skilled workforce, we have people who have strong command over the English language, and we have also the competitive cost advantage. And India has firmly established itself as the top choice for businesses worldwide. Now, in recent years, we have seen that technology has played a very transformative role. And apart from that, there has been a lot of advancement in the BPO industry as well. But with all this which is happening, India is still embracing cutting-edge innovations to deliver unparalleled customer experiences, and it's maintaining its competitive edge. Now, let us see what are the objectives of this particular course, which is BPOI 101 Introduction to Finance and Accounting. Now, this course introduces the learners to the BPO world, what the structure is and the processes which are there in the BPO industry. At the same time, it familiarizes the learners with the different forms of BPO industry. And this course also deals with different concepts of accounting and finance which play a vital role in the BPO industry. We all know that BPO industry, they have different processes under which they work. We have the process of procure to pay, we have order to cash and record to report. So all these processes which are there in the BPO industry, a general overview has been discussed in this particular course. Now, coming on to the unitization, this course 1 has been divided into 7 units. Unit 1 is overview of the BPO industry. Unit 2 is organization of the industry. Unit 3 is overview of Indian BPO industry. Unit 4 talks about overview of finance and accounting outsourcing. Unit 5 talks about career prospects in BPOs. Unit 6 is getting ready for a career in finance and accounting BPO. And Unit 7 is information technology and its application in F&A process. So as I just mentioned in the beginning, we have already covered the first 4 units, and today we are going to take up Unit 5 and Unit 6. So let's begin with Unit 5. Unit 5 is career prospects in BPO industry. Now, as far as this unit goes, learners, we will be discussing who are the main players in the BPO industry. We will be also describing about the career options which are available for employees in the BPO industry, and discuss the working conditions in the BPO industry. Now, main players in the BPO industry. In today's globalized and competitive business landscape, we have seen that outsourcing has become a strategic approach for organizations who are looking to streamline their operations and enhance their efficiency. And that is why we can say that because India has the cost advantage, India has people who have a command over the language, they have skilled workforce. So India has emerged as a preferred destination for BPO services, now offering a vast pool of skilled professionals, cost-effective solutions and a favorable business environment. Now, the business outsourcing industry is continuing its growth in India, and now the sector has spread its wings in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Earlier, the BPO sector was only concentrated in the metropolitan cities, but now with they're spreading their wings even into the Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, also going in for rural BPOs. So, if we see according to the Data Bridge market research, the business process outsourcing market is expected to increase from an initial valuation of about, or you can say around $6 billion in 2020-22 to an ultimate valuation of $12.4 billion by 2030, with a compound annual growth rate, which we also called as CAGR, of 9.3% from 2023 to 2030. Now, another report, according to the Kearney's Global Service Location Index, India continues to service 56% of the world's outsourcing demand, solidifying its position again as a center for the industry. We have seen that India has become a very popular destination for the BPOs. Now, what are the top companies, which are operating in India as far as BPO is concerned? So, first and foremost, we have the Genpact India Private Limited, we have Tata Consultancy Services Limited, we have Infosys BPM Limited, we have Wipro Limited, then there is IBM India Private Limited, there is Accenture India Private Limited, there is First Source Solutions Limited, Hinduja Global Solutions, WNS, and then EXL Service India Private Limited. So all these are the 10, topmost BPO companies which are operating in India. Now, after having learned about what are the main players in the BPO industry, now let us come on to the next topic, which is on the career options in the BPO industry. Now, we all know that BPO offers a variety of career options. So, to begin with, let us talk about the healthcare industry. Now, here the popular positions in the healthcare segment would be a medical coder. They are the highly skilled third-party workers who use patient information to determine the right codes and handle claims effectively. They manage data entry related clinical processes. Then in the healthcare industry, we have medical billers who have a direct contact with the patients. They are often in charge of obtaining patient payments and managing insurance claims. Then another option which is available in the healthcare industry is the medical scribes, who basically enter the medical details into the electronic health records, which is also called as EHRs. They capture the medical notes and input referrals and orders into clinical systems with the help of an aggregated doctor. Now let us see the next industry. It is the e-commerce industry. This is the most popular industry, we can say, and the most sought after positions in e-commerce would include the copywriters. Who are the copywriters? They develop and write copy for sales promotion. They write for email campaigns. They prepare the product page descriptions and landing pages. They write about the benefits of the company's products and services. Then we have the website developers. They have also a very strong role to play, because the website developers, they are responsible for preparing the structure, the design, and they at the same time they manage the internet pages. They oversee the technical elements. They include website performance and the capacity and the site's appearance. So they also have a very important role to play as far as the e-commerce industry is concerned. Then moving on to the next, we have the graphic designers. Their role is to conceptualize and build artwork for digital banners, product packaging, and new items for the online store using illustrations tools. At the same time, they also develop icons, infographics, and logos. The next kind of industry which is in the BPO is the finance industry. Again, a very popular industry. And what are the common positions which are being offered in the finance are, first is the accounts payable associate. Like accounts payable associate, we also have accounts receivable associates, and we also have the record to report associates. So talking about the account payable associates, they process the payments and they keep a track of the company's spendings and obligations. These trained professionals handle invoices and maintain accounting ledgers. Then come the bookkeepers. What is their main task? Their task is to maintain the general ledgers by entering every activity and reporting credit and debit transactions. Additionally, they also generate other financial reports such as the balance sheet and income statements. Then another position which is being offered as far as the finance and accounting domain is concerned, we have the credit specialist, and they are among the BPO opportunities in this segment. They analyze the past financial performance to decide if applicants are fit for loans, credit cards, and similar financial products. Now let us come to the next position which is available, or the next industry. It is the IT industry. Now the most desired positions in the IT industry space would be the software developers. What do? They develop, build, and implement cross-platform applications. They propose improvements, they evaluate performance, and maintain software once it is deployed. Then we have the technical support specialists who help the customers with technical questions or concerns about a company's product or service. Technical support's responsibility also includes assisting customers in diagnosing issues over the phone or other communication platforms. Then another position which is there in the IT industry is the network administrators. What is their task? Basically, their task is to configure and maintain the company's systems and servers. They deploy and connect hardware and programs and continuously check the network for upgrades. Now, moving on to a very popular segment in the BPO industry is the customer service industry. Now, customer service, here, the job positions are available as the customer service representatives, which are also called as the CSRs. And what is the role of the CSRs? Basically, they are the front office personnel who interact with customers initially regarding product or services issues. Then they are considered the most popular outsourced role. They primarily deal with complaints and offer solutions for the customers. Then we have the call center supervisors who are responsible for training, motivating, and assisting the CSR team. At the same time, they help the customers or users resolve issues, address questions, and buy more of the company's products and services. Then another lucrative role one can have in the BPO industry is the social media specialist who establish and oversee the company's social media campaign. They connect with the current and the potential customers on different social media channels regularly. Now, after having understood the career options which are available in different industries in the BPO organizations, let us move on to the working conditions which are available in the BPO industry. Why do people join a BPO industry? The first and foremost point which we can see is attractive compensation and perks. Now we can see among the BPO industries there is a lot of intense and stiff competition, for a skilled workforce. BPO companies offer more incentives to persuade individuals to join their organization. So all these organizations, they will provide different kind of services to the employees so that they can be lured to join their organization. Now, what are the kind of services they offer to the employees? That could be the health insurance, there could be flexible working hours, there could be the parking spaces, which is again a very big issue nowadays as far as the metros and other places are concerned. They will also provide the shuttle services to the people who are working in their organization. They might provide free snacks and in their compensation packages. So the compensation packages, it differs from organization to organization. So if they want more skilled workforce, they will be providing more kind of compensation packages vis-a-vis the others who feel okay that they can do with a few of them. Then we have another reason that why people are joining what is the work condition in BPO is diverse work environment. Now, the service providers have ethnically diverse work environments, enabling professionals to interact with and learn from peers, customers, and clients with different cultural backgrounds. So, this is another very important point which we can think that why people are joining the BPO organizations. Because, of course, as we mentioned, that they can, interact with a lot of people, in the same peer group. Another is different opportunities for talent. Now, BPO opportunities are numerous and likely to grow in the long run. So here, technically learners, we have only picked up the few BPO industries, which are really taking in the intake of people are much more in these areas. But as we mentioned that, the BPO industry is growing, they're spreading their wings in different tiers, cities. So, they're also going in for different domains, apart from the kind of domains which we have discussed. They're also going in for different other domains. And so there are more people who want to join the industry. They have more option to join the industry. So this is another criteria that why people want to join the BPO industry. Then apart from that, BPO industries, they provide a stable employment, they have international experience and world-class training. Because, we can see that the BPO industry is growing very fast. There is a lot of transformation which is happening. There is a lot of advancement which is happening. So time and again, all the employees who are working, they need to be trained. They need to be educated. So time to time, the BPO industries are providing such kind of training and such kind of capacity building programs for their employees so that, they can keep pace with what is going around the, world, and whether they are technically and, moving along with what is happening in the other parts of the world. Now, after having completed Unit 5 learners, let us move on to Unit 6. Unit 6 talks about getting ready for a career in finance and accounting BPO. Now, learners, when you joined this particular program, what was your main objective? Your main objective for doing this diploma in BPO Finance and Accounting was to get a job in the area of finance and accounting domain. So then it becomes very critical for all of us to understand more about the job opportunities in the industry, the types of roles which are available in the industry, the long-term career proposition, and the criteria which are being used by the company to select the best candidates for their organizations. So here we have given you a figure which really shows the types of roles, which are available in the BPO industry. This is an organization structure. So each organization, has a different structure. Because some may be a manufacturing unit, some may be a trading organization, some may be a service provider. So all of them will not be having the same pyramid. But more or less, if we see that the role which is available is more or less the same. To begin with, in the lowest level, we have the agents or the associates. Then coming up the ladder, we have the team leader, or we can say the subject matter experts. Then above that, we have the project manager or the administrative manager. So when we talk about people who are the project managers or the team leaders, this is a tough time, for people to get smart people who are working in these areas, because they are the middle level workers, and they are, we can say, the core of the organization, And the last one, the top level, we have the senior management teams. Again, finding a motivated management team is the next challenge for any kind of BPO, whether we are talking about rural BPOs or whether we are talking about BPOs in the metro cities or tier 2, tier 3 cities. This particular pyramid, it shows the hierarchy in a BPO organization. The actual number of levels and the designations, they differ from organization to organization. As I said, that it can be a manufacturing organization, it can be a training organization, it can be a service providing organization. So they have different levels, they have different departments. Any new entrant who will join, they will join as a process associate or an agent. So let me give an example. An employee who is working as a mortgage processing, he may be designated as a process associate, while his colleague who is working in the accounting department, his role may be designated as an accounting associate. So learners, we can say that based on their consistent good performance and their ability to take up higher responsibilities, they may get promoted to team leaders or the subject matter experts, because as they move higher the ladder, they become expert in a particular field. For example, if we talk about a process which is procure to pay, if they are doing the work in the procure to pay department, whether it is only procurement they are doing or whether it is only payments they are doing, they become expert in that particular area. So even when they go higher up the ladder, they become subject matter experts in that particular area, and rather they will become a team leader for that, and there will be people who will be working under them. So we can say that growth into the higher positions in any BPO organization, it truly depends on the performance as well as the potential of a particular person. At the team lead level, most employees are graduates, while at the higher level, employees are mainly postgraduates and above. Though learners, what we have been seeing, that educational qualifications are not mandatory requirements in a BPO organization. You just have to have a basic, educational qualification. But it is basically the critical knowledge which is more important to perform jobs of higher responsibilities. Hence, the ongoing education is more important in BPO organizations. That is why, the people are being trained, time and again. They have capacity building courses so that, they can keep updated themselves with what is going on in the world around. Now, in BPO companies, most of the employees are in the core operational roles, which means that they are directly providing services to their clients. So, for example, when we talk about the core operational role, that means they will be either working in the marketing department, they will be working in the HR department, or they would be working in the advertising department, accounting department, human resource department, finance department, insurance department. There are various, departments or domains in which, the people can work. And that is why we can say that they are the ones who are working in these core areas. Now, after having understood about the job roles and everything, let us come to the selection criteria which is being used by the employees for selecting a candidate. The BPO industry, learners, we see they have witnessed exponential growth in recent years as more companies and organizations see the benefits of hiring a dedicated service provider. Since there are different types of BPO providers and services, it's easy to get overwhelmed when choosing the right partner for your needs. So here we have prepared a checklist which will help the employers to narrow down their search and decision-making process. To begin with, the first one is look for the right cultural fit. Now, what does this mean? Now, assessing the cultural fit is an essential aspect of hiring process. When you are interviewing a candidate, you can ask questions that can help determine whether they share the company's values and principles. At the same time, you can also share information about the company's culture, including the work environment, work style, and expectations. Then give them a practical tasks. Now, giving a candidate a practical task can be a valuable way to assess their skills, their experience, and problem solving abilities. So every organization, have a different role to offer. So whatever activity they want to give, and assess the employee before hiring him, they can do it accordingly. Then you can evaluate if they are a team player. In any organization, learners, whether it is a BPO organization or any form of organization, team work is very essential. So teamwork is a crucial aspect in most of the jobs. So it is important to assess if the candidate is a team player. This can be assessed through interview questions and references. The next is we can check if they have read about the company. Now, candidates who have done research on the company are more likely to be invested in the role and be fit for a job, because they, before coming to any kind of a job, they should first read what are the credentials of the company, whether it is a manufacturing company, whether it is a trading company, or whether it is providing services, what is the goodwill of the company, how many employers are there. So many things they can know about the company before, even as when they want to join as an employee, they would like to know all these things about the company. Then another important thing in a BPO organization is we need to assess the communication skills. Communication skills, learners, we know they are essential in most jobs. So assessing if the candidate can communicate effectively is important. And this can be assessed again through interview questions and writing sample. A sample can be in the form of an email. It can be any kind of a thing you can ask the employee to do. Then check if the candidate has a positive attitude towards feedback. Now, candidates who are open to feedback are more likely to improve and be successful in the job. This means that, if a candidate is very receptive and they are open to any suggestions, they will be successful in their careers. But there are many people, many employees who are very rigid. They do not want to listen what the other is going to say. So, we need to check that whether the candidate has a positive attitude towards feedback, whether they are taking feedback positively or they are taking it negatively. Then next is read their body language. Body language can provide clues about the candidate's confidence and comfort level in the interview. Paying attention to body language can help assess if the candidate is good enough to join the job. Then we need to review their past accomplishments. A candidate's past accomplishments can provide insight into their work ethics, their problem-solving abilities, and their overall level of competence. Another way how we can assess a candidate is paying attention to their questions. The questions the candidates ask can also provide insight into the level of interest in the job and their critical thinking abilities. Many, candidates are very inquisitive to know about what their job profile would be, how they need to work. This shows that, they are participating and they want to work in the organization. Then determine if they have a learning attitude. Candidates who are willing to learn and grow can be valuable assets to the team. Another point which we need to consider is go through the reference checks. Reference checks can help verify candidates' skills, their work experience, and whether they are overall fit for the organization. Then next is discuss their mistakes at previous workplace. This is also very important that, asking about the candidates' past mistakes or challenges can help gauge their ability to take responsibilities for their actions, whatever they are doing, learn from their mistakes and improve their performance. It can also help to assess their problem-solving skills and how they can handle difficult situations. Then another way we can assess a candidate is ask about their career aspirations. Now, inquiring about the candidate's career goals and aspirations can help determine if they are good fit for the job, position, and the company's culture. It can also help identify candidates who are passionate about their work and willing to grow and develop their skills. The last point which we need to consider is good academic record, good knowledge of accounting, openness to work in shifts, high result orientation, that is whether they will be able to achieve the targets or not. And last but not the least, when you're wrapping up, you need to remember that hiring the right candidate is crucial for the success of your organization. So you take time to assess each candidate carefully and choose the one that fits best with your organization's values, cultures, and goals. So I hope learners, today's session has been useful to you, wherein we have taken up Unit 5 and Unit 6 of the first course, which is Introduction to BPO Finance and Accounting. In case you have any queries pertaining to these two units, you can please write to us. Our email address is gitikajauhari@ignou.ac.in. Happy learning. Namaskar.